Hello.
I'm ultra quiet.
Yeah, it's because last time you were at your parents or whatever.
But now I'm back with my microphone that is good. Crazy.
I need to make you way louder.
Rah.
Okay, this should be good. Okay, I turned you up a ton. What's up?
Okay. Cool. Um. Oh. This past week, all I really did was I went to the local. Azel keeps going, but not entering singles. So that's that. And I had like 2 or 3 late night sessions with fiction.
Okay.
Um, and I recorded like 2 of those matches. Um, I can see a lot of problems with my play, like right off the bat, but executing things like reacting during wave dashing or just anything really that I do in my analysis is really hard in the moment.
Yeah.
But as soon as I watch it, I'm like, or even in the moment, sometimes I'm like, wow, I should have just done this.
Mm-hmm.
And
But that's perfect because that's how you improve. Because then you play, and then you start realizing in the moment what you should do, and then later you'll get better at it.
yeah, so right now, is it just a matter of keeping on playing?
You have to keep on playing while making sure you do what you just said. If you don't
Yeah.
actively notice and think, "Oh, I should have done this instead of that" or whatever, then it won't. But
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a little hard because I don't really get to play many foxes who are powerful.
and
But
they don't
I
have to
could
be
just,
good.
yeah, they don't have to be good, so.
Look, when
Uh,
I 3-0'd Leffen, I was playing against foxes that weren't on my local PR.
hmm. Oh,
So if
okay.
I can do that, you can beat your local foxes without perfect practice.
That's true.
You are capable.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much all it is. It's like you do the analysis, you learn how the things work, now you understand them, so now you have to like grind it out while paying attention and keep training your brain to see these things faster and faster.
Hmm. Makes sense. So here's I'll DM you. Here's 2 net play friendly. They're recorded with Slippy, so I just re-recorded them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I talked with Hacks a little bit, and he made a good case for switching to double digital triggers, but I'm still worried, and it's probably not. It's probably the least of my concerns, but I talked to you about the power shield thing, and
Yeah.
so he said like, oh, there's like it's like dashback where sometimes you could get caught in your light shield, um,
Yeah, it's like
yeah, stuff like that, and like I thought I could just like because I also wanted to avoid ADT. I was like, oh, I'll just shield right before the click every time. And he said, yeah, but you could just get caught in your light shield and get
yeah.
unlucky. I
Yeah,
was
I mean
like,
that's what we were talking about.
But the other
You-
2 reasons, Chris, but also he L cancels with Z, so that's what he said. And the 2 other things are needle cancel. I don't know if it matters too much, but it just seems scary to needle cancel with a hard press. Uh,
Oh yeah, I don't like needle canceling with hard press.
Yeah, it's just scary. I don't know why, but it's just kind of scary. I can't think of a specific situation where it's actually dangerous.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel natural probably.
And also rolling up the ledge, I like to do that with light press, especially against like Luigi, because if you get hit by the up B, you don't want to air dodge, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, that's probably the least of my concerns. Maybe I'll just try using my A-key trigger to power shield Falco's lasers, because my power shield game is terrible.
I mean, you
I
can
feel like.
power shield pretty consistently without a remove trigger.
Really? Okay, I'll try both.
I mean, I literally do both right now, and it's to the point where I don't even feel like The only times I switch to using my springless trigger to power shield is if I'm having like a really off day and I can't figure it out. I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. I'll just use my other.
Okay. Seems like I need to visit the Uncle Function, spam it, see what I like, and get the hint.
Sounds reasonable.
I'm not gonna switch to L canceling with Z probably, so I'll just stick to my current setup.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so what did we talk about last time?
Defense versus Fox. Wait, was last week the Kevball one?
Yeah, it was Kevlar.
Okay, yeah, it was defense versus Fox. Just doing things like, well, we talked about dashboard grabbing, but I think that was versus Azel.
We talked about what?
Dash grabbing him.
Yeah. Did you try that at all?
Yeah, I've been getting the hang of that. Oh yeah, our last lesson was 2 weeks ago. I kind of forgot.
What?
I kind of forgot other than that. Oh yeah, shield drop fairing when they nair my shield. I notice it every time now, but I still am not.
Okay.
Griffin
so I need
sometimes
to
just
grind
shield
out.
grabs.
Say what?
Griffin sometimes just shield grabs.
Shield grab's good too.
Yeah, but on a platform, it seems kind of icky.
I mean, it's good in the middle of the platform.
Yeah, that's true.
Regardless, it sounds like we talked about some things that you definitely need to practice. So make sure to practice them.
Yep. I noticed all the things a lot while I play, where it's like I didn't react here. I still get exploded off the stage by Fox at really early percents, and I'm trying to actively think about DIs and defensive options to not explode so quickly.
And don't forget, you can't like do everything at once. So like, you should play in chunks. Like you should chunk your sessions. Like, okay, for 20 minutes, I'll just focus on my DI actively and not worry about anything else. And then, for 20 minutes, I'll just focus on making sure I pay attention to when he runs in from far away. Or, 20 minutes, I'll just pay attention to platform interaction, stuff like that.
I don't really do that. That's an interesting.
You can't, like, do everything. You
Maybe
can, like.
I really should divide it up then.
Yeah, I used to talk about this a lot more often in life, but I guess I haven't talked about it much. But I talk about, like, big things and small things. Have we talked about this?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the way I think of it, there's like a limit on the number of things you can improve on in a session. So I like to categorize things by being big or small. And what I mean by that is a big thing would be like if someone was learning how to implement reaction points, that's going to take up like a lot of their focus. So they can't really like do other things while they do that, right?
Yeah.
But a small thing might be a very specific edge guard situation that doesn't come up often. So you're like, I need to work on my back throw gips. But that's not going to come up often throughout the game. And as long as you focus right when you get the back throw, you can kind of implement, right? So I think about kind of chunking in big and small things. So you can work on more than one thing at once, but you don't want to work on too many. So you kind of have to feel out what your personal limit is. And then the better you get at it, the more you can add to it. So, if it was a really new player, I might give them one big thing and that's it. Or I might give them like two small things and that's it, But as they get better at improving and keeping more things in mind, I might be like, okay, do one big thing and two small things.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
But you should never really be working on too many things at once. Like I said, maybe one big thing and two small things is like probably a pretty reasonable limit for most people, even if they're really good at improving.
Okay.
If you get really, really good at improving, maybe you can do like two big things at once. But like that's pretty tough, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I forgot. I haven't talked about this in like a year. I used to talk about this with my new students a lot because they'd be people who like just got into melee, so they didn't really know how to improve it all.
Mm-hmm.
But guess it was useful to talk about with anyone, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Does
Uh,
that make sense?
yep.
Wonderful. So I recommend trying that so that you don't overwhelm yourself and so that you're productive. So
Yeah, it happens a lot where I just get beat up and my brain is like, what was I even supposed to do?
yeah. I think it's super important to have specific objectives and to chunk your time and to make sure you're internalizing. Because like if you if you work on it for 20 minutes and then you never work on it again, you're probably not going to internalize it. But if you try to work on everything at once, you're also not going to internalize anything. You know.
That makes sense.
So there's definitely
Productive friendlies. I really should be better at that. I just play and I'm like, all right, all these things I gotta get good at, and
yeah,
then
but
they
that'll
happen. And
never.
I'm like, I did notice that I should have done that, but that's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. Okay, so now we have a plan for next time, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So for every single session you play, I want you to have some sort of chunking, and I don't want you to spend more than like never spend more than 30 minutes on like one thing probably unless you're really comfortable working on it like on the fly. Like for me, I eventually got good enough at it that I could play for 2 hours and keep everything in mind. And you know how you're like, oh, you notice when something goes wrong?
Yeah.
I could just notice things going wrong and just fix them on the fly throughout the session so that over the course of 2 hours I would get cleaner and better and be thinking and having new ideas. But like until you're really good at thinking actively while playing and improving everything, like that's not going to be realistic, right?
Wait. What'd you say again?
Sorry, what part did you not hear?
Just the last sentence.
I think I was just saying that until you get really good at like actively thinking while you play and being able to like plan out everything, but also keep in mind everything and be like, okay, I'm working on all these things, but I also see what's wrong, but I'm also coming up with new ideas. Like doing that all at once is pretty hard. So all I'm saying
Yeah.
is, unless you feel capable of doing that, you should not be doing it.
Yeah. I do not think I'm capable.
Yeah, not yet at least. But if you start small and practice the big and small thing method, like I said, and then you also do a lot of analysis, eventually what will happen is that all the analysis you're capable of and everything you realize after the fact, you'll start realizing in real time. And then once you can process the game fully in real time, then you can kind of just play and improve like at the same time.
So then you wouldn't have to analyze as much.
Yeah. Like I don't feel like when I was getting better with Fox towards the end of my career, I pretty much never analyzed. But that's because I like felt like I could already analyze everything while I was
Yeah,
playing.
in real time. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That makes a ton of sense.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I still probably would have learned more by analyzing separately more often, but it definitely became less required.
Mhm.
But I
That
think
makes
that's
sense.
largely because I had so many years of built up VOD watching and learning and thinking.
Yeah, it seems for me. It seems like in flow state, I understand a lot of things. Like it feels like everything makes sense, but that's when I'm playing my absolute best, and that happens infrequently.
Something you need to consider for that people don't consider is that it can be somewhat coincidental because, for example, if you're playing really well, oftentimes the reason you're playing well is because your opponent is playing in a way that's easy for you to digest.
That makes sense.
So
That's
like
like the curve of like flow state, where like it's just challenging enough but not too difficult is most likely to trigger flow state. I like saw
yeah,
that one.
yeah. But the thing with that is again, you could just be tricking yourself and it's just like it's easy to start playing well if things are all going in your favor, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's I
almost like
thought that.
luck in a sense or RNG. It's like, well, yeah, if everything goes in my favor, then of course I have a higher chance of starting to play well.
Because you're the dopamine. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you understand, right?
hmm
So I think that's why you shouldn't really tunnel on that too much and just focus on chunking, big things, small things, continue your analysis until things become more real time. And even when they become real time, like you still can't think of everything at once. So like even for me, I feel like I would have benefited from doing more analysis, but I think I felt like I had so many ideas already that I wanted to focus on those.
Yeah.
But I definitely would have performed better if I analyzed more often. So
Okay. This is a completely random question, but I was playing Fox the other day, and I noticed that you said a long time ago you said you drill with C stick. So I've been trying drilling with C stick, but if you want to do a rising drill, like dash dance rising drill, do you use the A button or
I
the
still
C
do
stick?
C stick.
Okay, because I feel like you can't do a frame perfect, but at the same time, you don't really want your drill to be insanely early, right?
No, I
But
mean doing it as early as possible is probably better, but
okay. So I feel like if you wanted to do an early one, you should use like YNA to try to get it
yeah,
to.
that's what Kalindi was talking about today. He does Y and A now, but he recently switched. But I
But
feel like
like,
if I ever really need an instant one, I just do tap jump plus C stick.
oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, see, nobody can do that, which is, I guess, why there's a difference.
But for the late one, I just use the C stick.
I feel like I can go from X to C stick down really fast, though.
Oh,
Like,
well, I use Y. It's kind of
yeah, so you can't do Y C stick down at that.
ah.
So that's another reason, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah. Is there a downside to using like the A button and jump for like a delayed drill or something?
You mean an early drill?
For a delayed one.
Wait, why would you use A button for a delayed one?
Uh, just no reason. Like, why not?
I mean, you just lose drift control, right?
Oh yeah.
Anytime you use A to do an aerial, you will have less drift.
Okay. Sorry, that was kind of a random question.
No,
Sorry.
no, that's okay. Does that make sense?
But to relate it to this, Fiction is really good at dash dance drilling. Like whenever I do anything,
Yeah.
he does. I think it was a very early one. So.
I think lots of Fox players just respond to SHEIK doing things by instantly drilling. And it's really good versus a lot of things, but if you use your shield well and move out of the way well and SDI well, I think they get a lot less off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the number one thing I want, regardless of what we find today, is that next time you can tell me that you practiced in a good way
Mm-hmm.
and played people in a good way and chunked properly.
Yes. So what I wrote, well, write down right now. I don't have any notes from the KevBot lesson, but I have like notes from my previous analysis that I've already said to you.
Okay.
So I need to rewatch the KevBot lesson, figure out like what he
Yeah,
can.
and you can do that on. We'll just watch you.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. So does that all make sense though?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, again for the last time, I want you to practice well next week. Let me know how it goes. Um, yeah. Otherwise, let's start watching You vs. Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's not really. It's like buffering, but this time we're at home, so it shouldn't.
Okay. Let me know when it starts playing.
Yeah, it's playing. I did a needle though. I should have done it the other way. I did a waveland when I should. That was a back air, and then this is a.
Nice. I don't think you needed to run away from him, by the way. When you were near top platform and you double jumped.
Yeah, it seemed like I could have. Yeah, I like ran in the corner,
Nice.
and then I dropped the ball here.
No. So there's a couple things you could do to make that a little better. One, I think you could have faired him instead of back aired, and he would have just died.
Faired him when?
On the
Right here.
yeah, when you did drop down double jump air,
I should have just faired. He would have died.
he would have died because he's so low already on Yoshi's.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and there's no downside.
Then the other thing I think you could have done is you know how after the bear you up B to the ledge?
Yeah.
If you look at it, SHEIK doesn't instantly snap. There's like a slight delay,
And
right?
that's why I tournament winner, I think.
Yeah. So what you could have done is fast fallen for like a frame or two at the end of your bear, and that can set up the snap like to be perfect or whatever.
Yeah, I noticed that also.
Yeah. So you should practice like all the fast fall timings for SHEIK. This is like one of the most important SHEIK things that nobody practices for some reason. Is like grinding out all the fast fall timings to optimally be able to snap to edge with just the aerial and sometimes with the up B also.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I noticed you. I remember you talking to me about that, and so now whenever it happens, I notice like if I
Yeah.
fast fell, I could get the juicy snap, and then
Yeah, it's so important. And like I said, using farewell, but I think you had the right idea for this.
yeah, I don't really mind, but I just noticed when it happens. See, I did that waveland. I feel like I could have maybe F tilted it or dash grabbed, but I didn't react during it.
Yeah, I don't know why you full jumped preemptively.
Yeah.
Because, like,
But
what's the
every
point of
time
wave
it happens,
landing?
I notice, and I'm like, damn, I did the thing again.
Dude, Fiction's just trying to hit you every time you do anything.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really think you should have jumped again to pressure after the first fair. Because the way I see it, what does he even do to beat fair grab? Like, let's talk about that.
I noticed he shines out a shield a lot, and so
Oh,
uh, yeah, he does that a lot. So like whenever especially when I would do like a needle or tilt, he would just go for shine out a shield. So
mhm.
I feel like dashback is probably better, but I was under the impression that jumping again is good, but maybe not full hop.
Yeah. No, you short hop though. You short hopped, right?
Oh, okay.
No, so jumping again's pretty good for shine out of shield. That's fair.
Yeah, but he didn't. He just did the thing that beats the thing. Did he
Which is
nair?
just hold shield and then move.
Yeah.
Um, Let me go back.
So I could have just F tilted his dash grab or grabbed it, right?
I mean, you could have just grabbed him, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how'd
I
you lose your thought?
I don't know. This
What?
happens a lot to me. I just kind of explode it really quickly.
Okay, well, you did a horrible ledge hop, right?
Yeah, I could have done a delayed nair. I think that would have been a choice.
But why would you even ledge? I mean, I agree there was like a mix up there, but why would you even ledge hop?
I don't know. Well, I don't know
So,
what I was thinking. Maybe I.
oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
so maybe you need to hold yourself to a higher standard when you're in these scary positions or spots.
Mhm.
Also, I don't think you full DI'd any of the uppers. Like, it looks like maybe you were trying to SDI them,
Yeah.
but you should. I think we've talked about it, but you should
Yeah. Just say
prioritize
fuck it.
SDIing less.
It's
Like,
not
all you
worth
did
the
was
risk.
SDI like up and slightly to the right, and then you just got fucked.
Yeah.
But if you just DI'd it, like you could have let go of the controller and not died here. You literally only died because you SDI'd up to get closer to the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to do the thing where I get two inputs by gliding up
Yes,
after I
and
snap
like
it,
I've told
and
you,
that
I think
changes
that
my DI.
SDIing is very overrated.
Well, all right.
Living is more important than SDI.
Mhm. You right. Uh. Uh. Uh.
I kind of had no comment on those.
Me either.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. The most important thing here, though, is I think when you wave dash forward and did F tilt while ASDIing down, you weren't ready to get the next part
To
of it
get
after
the
you.
down hold grab.
Yeah,
Yep. I should have just grabbed ledge.
yeah. And then I think the way you executed the nair was pretty bad.
Uh,
Do you see?
yeah. Maybe I could have went a little lower, and yeah, that's all I can think of.
I also think you drifted back unnecessarily.
Yeah. I didn't have to drift super far back.
And then the last thing is, let me watch it again. I think he showed you that he double jumped not near the ledge already, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So
So
maybe
if
I should
you,
have fared or something.
well, you could have just not nared so early because he double jumped like kind of by the time you got there.
Yeah.
Does that make
I don't
sense?
think I could ever really notice that he drifted slightly away though.
Yeah, I would have noticed that I would have noticed where he jumped from in the first place. So look where he jumped. Like, that's not going to be a sweet spot regardless, right?
Yeah.
Even if he jumped towards the stage, it wouldn't be a sweet spot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I think that that's a big thing to think about. That, like, if he can't sweet spot with his jump timing, you don't have to do the nair so early, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Nice SDI. That one you had to SDI, obviously.
Yeah, because if I DI away at like 90%, it's an easy second hit, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Oh.
That is so hard to hit with SHEIK. I don't really like that you drifted so far away there. Because,
Yeah.
like, you kind of were in a pretty good situation, I'd say. Because he just ran into the corner, right? And then
Yeah, I wave landed away. Maybe I could have back aired.
you could have either set up for a back air with, like, fast fall or no fast fall, or, like, empty land and then do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like you're just not really capitalizing when you have good situations here. And then you also seem to be getting confused in the scrambles, but I can't tell if it's like net play or you messing up. Like, did you see on the left side where you just kind of stood still and he hit you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know what you meant to do
I don't
there.
know. I'll be honest. Sometimes the connection is bad, but sometimes it's good.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
remember what this was.
because, like, to me, this just looks like you're bodying him, but then you either make some combination of you mess up, you make a bad decision, or it's just like some wacky thing happens where you just like don't do anything and get hit.
Yeah. I don't know.
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah. I didn't realize the part where you said I was winning. I'm like, I'm losing.
Well, I feel like in all the relevant interactions, you beat him pretty easily, and then just like you don't execute the kill or you give him a free hit or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we go back to the beginning, which I'll do. Okay, so you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You avoid that by jumping to the shine. You waveland away. You grab his up tilt. Great. So you've already outplayed him. You throw him off the stage. Okay, he should have already lost his first stock. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, in my mind, okay, you're up 4 stocks to 3.
Yeah.
So we keep going. Going fine. Okay, you outplayed him again. And then for some reason, you chose to jump again. But, all right, this is already a second. And this is going fine. And then for some reason, you do something really bad. So you messed up a free kill. And then, so let's count. You messed up free kill. You
And then I
didn't
died.
take your free outplay. Say what?
I died with my SDI attempt.
Yeah, well, that's the last thing. So you didn't take the free kill. You didn't take the outplay that you went for. You chose a really bad ledge option, not sure why. And then your SDI you pretty much killed yourself. So in the first stock, I pretty much feel like he didn't really do anything. You just gave it to him. Do you see what I mean?
That's all I do versus Fox. I feel like I just give it to them.
Yeah, so you gotta.
I die at like 40, and I won the game.
You have to fix that.
Yes. Yes. I would like to play versus Fox instead of not playing and dying for a week.
Yes.
That's the dream.
Makes sense to me.
Hello?
Okay. So do you kind of see, and we can watch more of it, you know? Here, like I'll hit play, and we can. Okay.
There's another game after this where I do a better job. Because this game I get peed on.
Well, it's going fine, and then you have this weird sequence of just kind of spamming F tilt, and then you don't capitalize on the ASDI down on his really bad pressure.
Yeah.
So to me, already again, like you should have hit him, and then here, I feel like you just didn't know how to execute this, but you had the right idea. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, so I should have dipped down lower and not drifted so far back.
I don't even know if you needed to dip down lower.
Oh.
You definitely needed to not drift so far back. Or you could have just like empty landed on stage and then hit him afterwards, right? Like you can shield the side B.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you killed yourself, right?
What if he shortens though? So,
When you shield or whatever,
yeah, what if he
then
just
you get
shortens
got. Which is why it would be ideal to just hit him, like you said.
it? Yeah.
But I was just saying, like, you have safe options. So you killed yourself, and then you missed that kill, right?
Yes.
You're doing well.
I
Doing
backed
fine.
off a little too much.
Yeah, you backed off so far that your F tilt that was supposed to beat him running in didn't even beat him running in. Because, like, if you look at what he did, he literally.
He did like what I tried to cover. and and
You just didn't have a sense of timing. Possibly
I
because.
need to, I'm it's hard for me to discern if it's DI behind or select DI, so I often F tilt if I should have up tilted and vice versa.
Yeah, I think I kind of stopped going for that because of that reason.
Oh.
Yeah. Because at least when they DI like that, it's really easy to what's it called?
Down smash?
Well, it's also easy to just tech chase
Oh yeah.
because like it's not ambiguous at all.
But if it's slight DI, then it would be.
I don't think so at high percent because you can easily position to make sure it's not hard.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're at the over 100%, slight DI shouldn't really throw you off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then here you should have done the fair after the up tilt, right?
Yeah.
And then you didn't kill him for tournament winnering. Did you notice that one?
No. I did
Uh,
not.
wait. Okay, here we go. So you're gonna come down. He's just gonna tournament winner, and you're not doing anything at all.
Oh.
Do you see what I mean?
I think I should have been standing more to the right and
Yeah, but you could have even still reacted and just hit him.
yeah. Yeah, I should have buffer rolled.
Buffer roll is good.
I ran.
No, you trolled.
Pog.
Okay, so yeah, that game, even though you got beat up, do you see how it was like fine?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I found out that match was like 1 second. So I found it confusing. Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot bigger fish to fry than egg chasing.
You see that now, right? This is exactly what I was trying to tell you, but I'm glad you see it.
I'm sorry.
1 second. Okay. You don't have to be sorry. As long as it makes sense now.
Okay.
Which I think it does make sense.
I shouldn't have F tilted.
I agree. What the? See, like, I can't tell. Is that I feel like that's got to be net play. Because I think your tech skill is pretty good. And I watch you play a million times. And, like, look, you walked and then dash attacked the wrong way. Like,
yeah.
do you see why I'm like, net play is a waste of time?
Yeah. Sometimes our connection is so bad that it's not playable.
Like, this right now is literally so much worse than just doing other things.
Yeah.
Like, this is just clown melee.
But what if we're just that bad? What if it's
But I've seen you play on LAN.
Oh. Have I ever done anything like that on land?
Very, very rarely. Nice. Yeah, like, look at your movement. It's all messed up.
Yeah.
Nice. Roll, maybe? Oh. Don't forget, rolling is good.
Mhm.
Also, you could have done the thing where you grab Fiction's Running Shine if you
Yeah,
wanted.
I was about to say that. Actually.
If you wanted to.
I could have
You didn't
grabbed
have to.
it. Yeah. Because F tilt is icky at this point.
Yeah, I would not. Then you got triple up aired, and that's not supposed to happen.
Is that because of my slight DI?
Look. Also, you just let him grab your ledge dash. Like,
Yeah, it was a it was a bad ledge dash.
yeah, it's because you slide DI'd the last one, but
Did I slide DI only? Wait, which ones did I
you
slide?
only slide DI'd the second to last one.
Oh,
You crouched his up tilt for some reason.
yeah.
That was a strange choice.
Now I'm dead. Oh,
He was too slow.
well, I could have grabbed that.
You keep putting yourself in the corner for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you
It
notice
doesn't.
that?
Yeah, maybe I could have F tilted after that wave dash back, but I was so uncomfortable with being
Yeah, I don't know why
back
you
there.
put yourself in the corner though.
Yeah, I could have just ran not in the corner.
Yeah,
So much
exactly.
nice space.
He's gonna take him place. I knew it. I don't know why you shielded from that far. Your
Yeah,
movement
I'm
was
a
good.
dirty shielder sometimes, and I shield when I should not.
And
And
then you missed the edge guard because you didn't grab the ledge at a good timing.
yeah,
You gotta grab the edge so that you have the maximum invincibility.
yeah.
Nice reaction. You've gotten really good at reacting to Fox full hop.
Really?
Yeah, have you not seen that you nair him every time he full hops?
Are you sure I didn't read?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Huh.
Actually, that one looked like a read.
Yeah.
No, but the other one looked like a reaction earlier.
Oh.
So I got tricked.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm a pro gamer.
I know you had one reaction earlier.
Oh, that's good. That was not the right direction.
Wow. Yeah, see how bad your movement is?
Yeah. Maybe I'm just bad though. I remember one of these sessions I just woke up and
I feel like this is net play.
oh.
Nice. Ah, and then you messed up again.
Could I have F tilted after that waveland?
Which one?
I like doing this dash jump needle turnaround to threaten bear instead, and then
And then
I
waveland?
wavelanded back, like here. I
Yeah,
could
you
have
could
F.
definitely F tilt.
It seems so hard though.
You'd have to practice being precise because you're the one doing the complex movement.
It's mostly just like it seems so hard for my brain to be like, oh look, a fox, and do the hit him.
Well, you should be watching him during the movement, right?
Yeah. There's a chance it's net play though. I don't know though. I can't tell. Maybe I'm just noob.
Yeah, you messed up, I think, almost every platform movement this set. Or
These
almost
are
every
good
mistake
memories.
was platform movement, is what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the rising nair in the close quarters versus Fox. He has a
Yeah.
very easy time punish. No, you messed up. When you wave dash, like, was that short hop supposed to be a wave dash, or did you mess up?
Uh, I don't know.
Well, does it make sense that after the bear you would wave dash after the nair you would wave dash to ledge and then back air?
Yeah.
Like he would have died already.
Because then you just bear him before he comes up.
Yeah.
So that was it.
I mean, my thoughts. I just can't tell how much of it was net play, but it looked like you messed up a shit ton. But
Yeah.
outside of messing up, it looked like you had the right ideas. I think you still need to focus on not dying to Fox, which is partially, if it happens at the ledge a lot, like you said, then that's partially just because of what's it called? Um, like making bad decisions at the ledge. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's just like you need to think about your DI. And I feel like we've talked about it enough that, like, I think you know how it works now.
Yeah, you just have to notice it and chunk, and then
Yep.
That's like a small thing, right? So I think I can do like one big thing and two small things,
I think that's a very good way to do it.
and then I'll chunk that during my next net play sessions.
Yep. But I think, like, again, you should think about also like net play clearly. I mean, the connection can affect it. If you're on a really bad connection, maybe you should just focus on DI if it's a bad connection, not focus on other things, right?
Oh, that's true. That's
Because like
smart.
you can focus on DI on any connection. You can't focus on like complex reactions or tech skill movement sequences on any connection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that net play is useless, but like I want you to like use it the right way.
Yeah, makes sense. So even if it's shady connection, you can still grind some small things.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I definitely want you to do that.
I shall.
Cool. So I feel like watching the fiction set more in depth than that is like not that useful. But
Oh, well, I wish I could have like a set with a fox that's not on netplay. Well, then again, this netplay half the time it's quite bad.
uh-huh.
I feel like other netplays like with Azel are really good, but hasn't been really wanting to play with me for some reason.
So
So I don't think I'll be able to get a land set anytime soon because I just go to Booter. I play with Trap Lord, the Falco. He's pretty good,
uh-huh.
but Azel goes only for doubles.
I mean, I don't think we even need to analyze you versus Fox anymore though.
Really?
Well, because you were like, oh my god, I need to fix this matchup. But like, I feel like we've already talked about everything you need to really fix for the matchup,
Oh,
At
okay.
least for like a while.
Yeah. And if I ever get stuck, I'll just rewatch this.
Yeah.
Rewatch all the Fox lessons.
Yeah, because we have so many Fox lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you know what to do. I mean, like you said, a lot of it just requires practice at this point. But that
Yeah,
seems fine.
although results say otherwise, I would say like after these lessons, I think my understanding of like Marth, Falcon, Puff are a lot lesser than Fox.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like Fox has a harder execution requirement for Sheik compared to like if you fight most Marths, they're just gonna suck and then you're just gonna beat them.
Yeah.
But like the same reason that they struggle to beat you is the reason you're struggling to beat the Foxes.
That is very true. It's the circle of life.
It really is.
And I think I've been learning a lot versus Falco too. At least it seems when I play Falco, I understand what's going on. I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah, we talked
So
about
that's
Falco a lot for a while.
yeah. So although I can't power shield, uh, yeah,
You should just practice it.
yeah, I will. Uh, so maybe in the future I should work on the matches. It just sucks because like if I go to a big tournament, Fox is the guy to defeat,
Yes,
and
that is
the other
true.
characters are not the guy to defeat.
But I think that again comes back down more so to your personal grinding and practice at this point than like more discussions.
That makes a lot of sense.
But like if you have questions like as you're so like you go grind and then you have questions or things you don't know the answers to, you should ask me. But like if everything is just like the lesson is just me helping you analyze, then I don't see the point. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense
Yeah.
because I
But
can
like
do
if
that
you can
myself.
just do it anyway, then I feel like that's
Yes. Okay, so it
but
seems
like
like we have
obviously
graduated.
again, ask me if you have questions.
Yeah, of course. It seems like we've graduated from Fox.
I think for your current skill level and analysis ability, we have definitely graduated because like more of your problems are execution related. I think.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Mhm. I do need to rewatch all the lessons though.
Yeah, you need to
To kind of
rewatch. You need to do a lot of grinding. You
master
need
them.
to like do the chunking. You need to ask me questions. And I mean, there's obviously a lot more I could tell you versus Fox, but it's like, what's the point in telling you all those things if like you're gonna still miss your basic edge guards and DI really badly.
Yeah. Oh
And now
yeah.
you see again, tech chasing isn't the only problem. In
Yeah.
fact,
In
those
fact, it
games,
wasn't even in this. There's like one mystery grab in this.
yeah, and it's like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
And like, there are sets where you will lose just because you didn't tech chase. I get that, but again, it's not like let's worry about that later.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's how I feel about Fox. So we need to start finding other things to work on, but hopefully there are people of other characters you can actually play against.
Yeah. It's all on NetPlay. Well, I could invite people over. There's a solid Fox player who I think I would learn a lot from playing. So I could just try to play with him. I tried to play with him on Friday, but he had work, and I invited him on Saturday yesterday, and he also was busy, and he couldn't come. But I should probably try to find land people.
Yeah, I think you do not need to net play right now. Like, how often do you think you can play land people?
It's pretty rough to be honest, cause like I work until 6, and then I feel like shit, and then I die. Uh, so that's my life. But in 2 weeks, I'm moving back.
Yeah, so like, what about at that point?
Uh, well, in Tracy, there's nobody. There's the Stockton people, Azel, Traplord, and them, but they live far away. But school starts 2 weeks after 2 weeks, so 4 weeks. And then I'll be going to school in Stockton where there are weeklies and stuff like that. And Smash Fest, so I could play then.
Well, I'm just saying, like, on average, how often per week do you think you could play?
Now or when I move back into.
Both.
Oh, now. Well, I go to the Tuesday weekly, but friendlies are hard to come by. Uh, maybe once or twice. Although
Wait,
I feel like NetPlay is good against like Azel. Like the connection feels really good then. Uh, yeah. This is with fiction. It's quite bad though, because it seems like anyone in SoCal, it's either all right to bad.
okay, so
I don't know. I don't like Netflix is all I really have. It seems.
but that's not true. You said once, like, when I learned Melee, I only played with human beings like once a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could probably make time for once a week for sure.
Like, if you play people in real life once a week, you do one or two net play sessions where you exclusively focus on like decision making at the edge or DI and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Don't worry about anything else. Just worry about the basic stuff that you can focus on even on net play. And then the rest of your time is spent solo practicing things like power shielding or doing analysis. Then I think that will be very productive compared to like trying to play net play with.
But some net play is good. I think.
I believe that some of it's good, but I still think you're better off doing other things. Like I said, just use the net play for things like DI.
But what about the
DI
big
is
things
bad.
like reacting?
What?
What about the big things like reacting?
Then you save that for land.
Oh man.
That's fine, right? You have at least once or twice a week you could do that. And then you can also practice reacting by setting up 20xx states, or you can practice reacting by VOD watching and watching in real time, because it's just brain training. And then 2 weeks after that, you'll be able to play people.
That's true.
So,
Although a lot of the time maybe I haven't analyzed enough, but I analyze and then I'm like, oh look, I should have reacted, and that happens a lot. And then I do it in game. I'm like, I did the bad thing.
but do you only realize you should have reacted after you see it in the VOD, or do you see it as you see it?
That's true. I only see it. Well, I only see it if they whip some shit and then I do something.
Yeah, but like that's not the same. It should be like while you're watching your movement, your brain should already be going, okay, so right now I should be reacting,
Okay.
regardless of whether or not you see them whip, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So like, there's tons of ways to train yourself. I think you just need to take it seriously and not go like the easy route.
Okay, I like the chunking method because I'm overwhelmed a lot on.
Yes. So now you have a good method, and don't forget, like, people think they're grinding when they play net play, but net play is just the easy way out. It's the way to pretend you're practicing and not get anything done.
Yes.
It's like saying I want to grind tech chasing for 3 hours when really that wasn't the problem.
Yes.
So if that all makes sense, then great. And now you start hopefully seeing like, okay, this is how I need to approach improving.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay, I need to write down.
Yeah, write all this down, and then let's see how much time we have left and what if there's anything else worth talking about.
Mhm. We got like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah. Well, we started late, but it's kind of up to you because I feel like we kind of are at a stopping point. But
Yeah, checking when grind. Watch lessons. 1 a week plan. Only small on play. Okay. So I wrote trunking when grinding, watch lessons, once a week LAN, and small chunks on net.
yeah, and
And
again, remind yourself that you of the thing we just talked about how to train your brain while watching. Like, it's not just enough to notice it retroactively. Like, that's a good.
yeah,
That's the first step. But then, like, you need to do more than that.
train your brain doing movement. The other one is don't forsake everything for SDI. Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Hmm.
So does that all sound good?
Yep. It's kind of crazy. I do think that I know a lot more about Fox, maybe even Falco, than the other matchups that I just have auto SHEIK power in.
Yep. But hopefully, um, if you train your execution in Fox and you take this analysis, then you can start applying it to the other matchups, and then it'll all trickle down from there. But the first thing I want you to fix is your practice methods, like what you prioritize and stuff like that.
Yeah, I never really thought about like actually focusing on different things while I play. I just kind of throw it all at me while I play, and
That's like the hardest way to improve.
yeah, it
That's
is.
why you improve by grinding, because that's all you can do. But if you start chunking and you focus on it like that, you can play for 20 minutes and be productive. You know?
Yeah, it's the same. You're playing the same game at the same time, and yet it's different.
Yep. Because you're thinking about it different.
That's insane for me.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, there have been few instances where I told myself to do that and then I just forgot. But now that I have someone else telling me to,
Then you're going to do it now.
yeah,
Cool. Okay. Well, are you down to wrap up now?
yeah.
I feel like we had a good talk. So
Mm-hmm.
work hard on it. Let me know if you, and like I said, um, definitely let me know if you have questions because that's where we're at right now. I don't want to talk about Fox again, but if you have questions while you're doing all this, ask me. Or if you come across new situations you don't know answers to, you can link me. But otherwise, trust yourself. You know what to do. I just want to see you do it now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, have a great day, Zaid, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, you too.
No problem. Bye bye.